Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello. I'm speedyEris. Welcome to Mirror's Edge Any Percent. I've been running this game for about 2 years, and this is my lovely commentator.
I am BingoBongos, also known as Jim, and I've been running this game on and off since 2015, and I'm really happy to be here. Let's get started.
Let's get started. We've had a little bit of issues. I'm running without my trusty old macro, so I'll have to hand scroll everything, and let's hope that goes well. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Woo!
Alright. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Jim, take it away.
Alright, so I'm going to present you with a lot of information. I'm going to tell you all about the essential speed tech that you're about to see now. So, Eris is going to do a sidestep, which is that. That is a sidestep. Now, what a sidestep is, it's actually a dodge combat mechanic that we exploit. So basically what we do is we turn into the dodge, and then we hold W, and that just gives us full speed instantly instead of having to wait for Faith to run up. And then the next trick that's essential to the game is called the kick glitch, and that is a kick glitch. That is basically a double jump. How it works is we do a wall run kick, and then for 1 frame, I believe, or yeah, maybe,
yeah,
1 frame,
Yep.
the wall run kick. Faith is put into a grounded state, which means we can use scroll to jump, because we bind scroll to jump off that 1 frame so that we get double jump. And this is basically the bread and butter of Mirror's Edge speedrunning. That's where you get all these insane tricks and movement chains and stuff, which we'll see later on with our talented runner Eris. So you're going to see a lot of these kicks in the game, as well as these. Nice, nicely executed. Shout out to Gloss, one of the most legendary runners of this game.
He found that chain.
Yep.
We call it gloss chain.
Yep.
And everyone is unbelievably obsessed with doing it.
Well, it is. It really is a nice looking trick, and you know, it looks nice. You know, this game is all about swag.
Yeah. if your movement looks good, it doesn't matter if it's fast.
Yeah.
If you look
Pretty much.
good, you look fast.
Exactly. And we have to go slow for this helicopter here because we can actually miss it.
Yeah.
And that was prologue, and this is chapter 1. So yeah, this game goes really quick. I'll start describing the use glitch, which we will see very shortly. So in any percent, we use the use glitch to skip the button animation, the button pressing animation that Faith does. Basically, the button pressing animation that she does is so slow. I say so slow, but it's like 1 second, but it accumulates, you know, often. And so what we do is I have my notes here. So we do a different animation when Faith does when we do the interact input twice in a frame while performing another animation. So you saw Eris punch or slide or whatever. The button will just be pressed, and it'll ignore the button pressing animation, basically. We jump over these guards. You might have seen me play on easy because it prevents them from absolutely annihilating us.
Most of the time, anyway.
Yep. And yeah, most of the time. And we are about to see chapter 1 skip. So this game takes advantage of deloading and going and sequence breaking, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into a deloaded area like that and do what we call a kick glitch wall boost.
Yep.
Without the wall boost.
Without the macro.
And without the wall boost or the kick glitch.
I'm gonna try this another time, and if I do miserably fail, I'll just bail out of it.
But you see, my main point is that we can sequence break. Nice. It's alright. It's alright. So what we can do in this game is we can go out of bounds and we can sequence break. Basically, there are lots of different loading areas in this game. For example, this vent here, vents in this game and elevators are loading areas. So what we can do is we can just, whichever method we can do, we go back into it and sequence break. And you will see that all throughout the run, out of bounds stuff, very fun. But at the moment we're going inbounds.
Yeah.
This is the inbound strat.
So the reason this community allows macros is to basically bridge the gap between people that can afford or want to play with a free scroll mouse, which basically allows you to unlock the scroll wheel and scroll near to infinity, which allows you to do kick glitches and wall boosts pretty much
Yep.
as you please. and I do not play with a free scroll mouse. I would normally play with a macro alongside my normal scrolling, but unfortunately the macro isn't working, so that's gonna add a little bit of spice to this run.
Yeah, Eris is now experiencing what I've experienced. Well, actually, no. I had to cheat. I had the literally cheating mouse my entire Mirror's Edge career. But yeah, scrolling with like different mice is difficult in this game. Anyway, sorry. Coming up is another speed tech that's reoccurring in this game. It's called the elevator clip. Would you mind explaining the elevator clip?
Yes. So in this game, if the player backflops, I will show that in a second, in the corner of an elevator, as the elevator starts moving, they will go out of bounds and zip above the elevator. I just missed it. but
you saw the point there. She almost got launched up, and we can clip these elevators to go out of bounds and put ourselves into a area that is loading. So normally we would go here outside the elevator. It just saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, there's plenty of them in the run. So
yep.
So there is a really cool chain that I would do here, but I am totally gonna mess it up.
Not good enough, and
yeah, not good enough. Skill issue.
No, I'm kidding. The G502 is just really good for scrolling. I think everyone knows that by now. Everyone in the gamer community knows that, and especially the Mirror's Edge community.
And I refuse to buy one.
Yeah. So another trick that we see a lot in this is wall boost, and those are wall boosts. I haven't had the chance to explain them, but I'll explain them now. Again, we bind we bind jump to scroll, or the macro, as Eris was talking about. And basically what a wall boost is just going on and off a wall super quickly to gain speed. And the deeper you look into the wall, whoop, I missed it. We would normally get more speed, yeah. And we're approaching the end of chapter 1 here.
But what a wall boost is basically a one-frame wall run.
Yeah, pretty much. And nice, good stuff. And we're gonna move on to the longest chapter in the game.
Yep.
Chapter number 2, called Jackknife. And we have a trick coming up called Cannoli. Cannoli is, I think that's the first sequence break, right?
It's the first big sequence break.
First big sequence break. It saves about 40 to 45 seconds. I think chapter 1 only saves like 10 to 15, so this was big.
Got this.
There you go. If you're wondering how Eris got up there, it was called a hint climb. Basically, this game has an inbuilt hint function where if you hit the key for hint, Faith will point in the direction instantaneously to, well, not instantaneously, but very, very quickly to where you're supposed to go, which direction you're supposed to be headed.
So once again, excuses, skill issue, no macro. I will try and hit this, but it's basically a very precise kick glitch chain coming up. And I missed it. Should I go for it again?
Yeah, go for it again.
Right. I'll try it once more and then bail out of it. That's why we have long estimates. Hopefully I can showcase some of these sequence breaks, because they're all really cool. But yeah. So how this sequence break works and how most sequence breaks in this game work are...
Just shall I touch go for that? I'll let you focus on the trick.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, as Eris was saying, how the sequence break works is we have checkpoints. So we have we have hard and soft checkpoints, and sequence breaks involve hard checkpoints mostly, but you'll see a few here and there. Basically, a soft checkpoint is when what is it? You can't load into it.
No, you cannot.
You cannot load into it. No. Hard checkpoints, we just hit a certain area or trigger, and then there will be a checkpoint icon on the bottom left that will confirm that we've hit the checkpoint, and that allows us to just go out of the game or die, and we respawn depending on what we need to do.
I am too good.
No!
No! No! I missed the last kick glitch. Alright.
Oh no! That's fine. Alright,
well, I can show you all the areas I skip, so you can see just how important canals is, or cannoli, depending on how young you are. So the skip is really called canal skip. I'm not sure who started calling it cannoli, but there's basically two factions in the community. Some people call it canal skip, some people call it cannoli.
Factions, nice.
Yeah. So this area is obviously the canals. There is another smaller sequence break that I can do by going out of bounds, which is easier. It's obviously slower, but it still saves time, and it does send us to the same spot that canal skip would have sent us. As you can see, there are another use glitch where I just skip the valve animation, which is super long.
Yeah, the use glitch is the use thing is for not just for buttons, but also for valves,
doors. The boat.
Oh yeah,
We're not gonna see them.
Yeah.
So I'm now gonna go out of bounds in a really stupid way. It doesn't even look like I'm going out of bounds because I'm just vaulting over a fence.
Yeah.
But I am now out of bounds, and it will become apparent right now. So now I'm gonna use the hint function once again to line myself up, sort of precisely. It's not that hard to do. As I say that, let's hope I get it. As you can see in the bottom left of the screen, I got the save icon. Now I also died, so that saves me quitting out and reloading.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
I could have just quit out and reloaded to here, and this is where canal skip would have sent us anyway.
Yep. Coming up is swing fling.
I am not doing swing fling.
Coming up is not swing fling.
Yeah, but swing fling is a really interesting trick where so some parts of the levels in Mirror's Edge have basically swing poles that you can just hang from and swing and jump out of. And if you land on them from really high up and jump out of them and immediately start a wall run, you will be able to keep the upwards momentum that they give you and basically get a really broken looking upwards wall run. And if you kick glitch out of them, you can get... Wow. Please tell me no distract play. Incredible.
Oh, nice.
Nice one.
This game is very unforgiving.
Yeah.
Please.
Please forgive
Please
me.
forgive.
But yeah, and then if you kick glitch out of that upwards wall run, you will be able to get an upwards kick glitch. And that basically allows us to immediately climb all the way to the top of the storm drains by skipping all this parkour that we have to do. And skipping these snipers as well.
Yeah. The main gist of what we're doing is we're just getting away from the blues, or the cops, because we are a runner. Yeah.
The plot of this game is, well,
very
questionable
good.
at best. Yeah. Oh my god.
The classic. That's a classic. That's a noob classic.
Noob classic skill issue.
Yep.
As it turns out, my commentator has a better time than me.
Yeah.
By a lot as well.
No, this game is super difficult, and Eris recently got a sub 30, which is really commendable. Very huge achievement as a Mirror's Edge speedrunner, in my opinion. I remember when I got my first sub 30, and it was a journey. So I totally understand, like, you know. This game's just difficult, man. Like, just. It's so
I got
difficult.
sub 30 and I immediately unlearned everything. It's quite peculiar, but yeah.
Yep.
Now climbing out of the storm drains, we actually count how many climb animations we do on these pipes to do the least amount of them possible.
Are you doing your normal strat?
Yeah. I don't know what you...
On the water, yeah.
Yeah.
So this water has interesting collision, as in you can actually just stand on it, because the game just doesn't expect you to think, oh, I'm just going to walk on water. Or,
yep.
Yeah, there you go. And that is Storm Drains. Now I say Chapter 2 is the longest chapter. It's still Chapter 2. Us in the community, when we actually split this Storm Drains, yeah, from the beginning of the chapter to here, and then we move on to what the chapter is called, which is Jackknife. We are chasing Jackknife, and that's Jackknife.
That fella over there.
Yep, very friendly fella, as we will continue to see throughout this game. And we're going to go over these barbed wire. These guards are also ruthless at times. I'm very surprised you didn't get hit there.
I really hope I can clip this elevator.
There you go, and that's an elevator clip.
Now there's an audio key here.
So we press W on working, and as you can see, we load into the area. Jackknife is in the A pose because he's actually not loaded in because the trigger for his animation or the cutscene would be to go through the door, and obviously we skip that. We can do a chain here called Jackknife Chain, which is super difficult, and
it's not worth the time
save. It's not
save?
worth the time save at all. I think it's only really for world record speedruns. Yeah, pretty much. I think
if that.
If that, yeah. Some people can do it really well, but others.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Not the barbed wire.
Oh no.
Can you go around it?
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's just slow.
so even though we're not visually chasing Jackknife, we are still chasing him.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you can hear the sounds.
You can
of
hear
like
his footsteps, which means that we can still lose track of him. So how the game handles that? Basically, the game puts you on a timer, and if you don't make it to the end by the time the timers stops, Faith just swears, and then oh my god, and then resets you all the way to the beginning of chase, which is a terrible time loss, and it's something I really hope is not gonna happen. But I think I'm fine.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah, you're good. You got plenty of time. You don't need to quit out.
Yeah, but I will. So it doesn't save time in real time, which is what we're timing the run in now, but we time the run in-game time with a special auto splitter on live split.
Yeah.
So quitting out and reloading saves us running, and since the game is loading, the timer stops.
And we're gonna do a kick glitch here. Nicely done. Nice. The reason why we kicked so far away from what you think we would kick out of is because there's only a certain part of the wall you can actually kick off of.
Yep.
And this is chapter 3, Heat. This is the chapter infamously known for blinding everyone, so have fun in about a second.
Yeah. You can barely see the shape of the collision here.
Yum, absolutely.
So, right. There's
Brilliant.
a really big skip coming up. It's called 3A to 3C.
Yep.
And it does require some pretty hardcore scrolling. Now, I would just macro it. But, you know, as stated, excuses, skill issue. So I am gonna do the marathon save strat of getting a checkpoint that will not completely destroy my run if I miss it. And when I inevitably miss it, I will just go the alternate route. So here I'm grabbing a soft checkpoint, so there's no save icon for it, but I will respawn in it if I die.
And then we're gonna go climb out of bounds using a variety of tricks. We call this the wall climb. Was it wall climb sidestep? What am I saying?
One bit of it is a wall climb sidestep.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Which we'll explain later.
Chain time. Oh, almost. Okay.
Almost. Yep.
No.
No. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what I was supposed to do there was fly into a checkpoint trigger, kind of like Cannoli, and load into checkpoint 3C from checkpoint 3A, hence the name. Now I'm gonna sequence break again, just a smaller sequence break, and go into 3B.
3B,
as you can see.
So 3A to 3B.
3A to 3B, also known as lamp clip.
Yep. We're gonna use this gun. We're not gonna use that gun. We're you know what? We're just gonna kick a window, and we use this gun just to shoot the windows and the door.
Yeah, it saves like a little bit of time.
Also, the lamp clip that we did and the sequence break skips like a cutscene and stuff, and going through the vents and stuff.
This is the pit of shame. If you fall into it, just forfeit the run. Never show your face around you again. We're just getting flashbanged even more than the game already does.
Exactly. Nice. Good stuff. So this is the area where we actually just went out of bounds to, but obviously we couldn't do it. And this elevator we could also macro if we had the macro, or free scroll, and it would have just stacked the sound again and again. So the elevator doors would have, the side effects of the free scroll or macro would be just the repeated inputs make the animations faster, and they stack the sounds.
Yep. And this is 3C, which is where I would have skipped to.
Yep. 3C, one of my favorite sections of the game. I love this level, and I love speedrunning it because it separates the noobs from the pro gamers.
He said it now.
Yeah, I said it now. Nice, good stuff.
Oh god.
You're good, you're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
That's just a faster way of going to where we want to go. Usually we would go up, and we would actually. It is a little bit nerve-wracking because if you miss the kick glitch there, you spawn back somewhere.
This game doesn't have a lot of checkpoints to begin with.
Yeah.
We skip most of them, so dying is basically not allowed if you want to have something like a run.
Do you want to explain the cranes?
Well, I'm not.
You're not gonna do.
I'm not gonna do it, am I?
We could try the strat.
I could try the strat. Bummer. Yeah, let's just not.
Okay, all right.
So what I'm gonna do here is go out of bounds. It's not immediately apparent that I'm out of bounds because the area around me doesn't look that broken, and I do go back in bounds pretty much immediately.
Yep.
I am now out of bounds. I just had to wall climb past like a fence that had an invisible wall on top of it.
Nice, that's a really good kick glitch.
And now I'm gonna do a little bit of a faster strat. It's a bit scary, but it's if you know the visual cues. Oops. If you know the visual cues. Oh my god.
If you know the visual
cues, you can be fast at it, and you can be consistent.
Yep.
So now on the cranes, this is called the crane section,
and
we're gonna do an insane pro gamer parkour move, jumping off of cranes, and that's gonna stun Merc, the guy in our ears.
Did you just do everything you did? God damn it, girl! I just felt my Joe all over the keyboard.
Rip Joe. We have a bit of a fade out, so if there's anything you would like to say.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a couple of donations that have come in. We've got $20 from Wyvery saying, waking up early to catch this banger of a run. Oh, the things we do for speed. Good luck's my favourite. Fake real British speedsters.
Cheeky.
Cheeky.
Yeah. So we are now in chapter 4, and we're going to do another huge sequence break. Oh, no.
No.
Do another sequence break. Again, barbed wire fences are not very effective in this game.
Nope. I'm now out of bounds, as you can probably guess.
And what we're going to do is going to use the tab button, because we have an objective menu. We hit tab, and we just wait for the area to load around us, because we hit a loading trigger, and we are... this area isn't loaded, but the subway is loaded. I mean, you can go for it if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do a strat called Blue Wall, very creatively named.
I'm bailing out.
So we're not going to do a strat called Blue Wall. So what would normally happen is we would wall boost and wall boost and wall boost, and then we would eventually pass the train. But if we just go if we run on the platform, I don't know if we can actually pass the train. You might be able to if you're really fast. But
so these trains have a little bit of RNG to them on the timing they arrive at, and a little bit of load dependency. Nice. So if your PC is slow, they will be delayed a little bit.
Yep.
When I was playing on a really, really bad gaming laptop, I always got this 2 trains cycle, is what we call it. So basically you never have to stop and let a train by. Now I'm gonna probably get jump scared by the train honking at me. Perfect.
Wow, I was not expecting that to happen.
Neither was I. So if the train is about to run you over, and it doesn't give you a lot of breathing room, mind you, it will just honk at you really loud, and you have to react to it.
Scared the bejesus out of me as like a kid playing this game. It was horrible.
We have a really long auto-scroller now, so if there's more things you would like to say.
Yeah, we've got $5 from Hypnotics, who asks, how much to see the rat? And I just want to mention a little bit of a milestone that we've passed. Not only have we passed $2,000 recently, but for our marathon total across all of the UKSG marathons, we've raised over $40,000 for charity now, which is absolutely incredible. Could not do it without all of your incredible donations. So please, please, please keep getting them in. We want to keep smashing these milestones.
So
Gotta spend time somehow. Amazing milestones reached. Also, thank you everyone for the donations. I believe all the donation incentives in the marathon have been met. On to chapter 5 we go.
They
So
certainly have.
Chapter 5, we start off with a death because this is super intentional, so we're going to start.
Yeah, I'm
the
basically
kick again.
manipulating RNG here.
We're going to land on this little platform that's about the size of
That.
yeah. And we're going. This is out of bounds, obviously. Technically out of bounds. We're just skipping the trigger for the guards to shoot us, which they will now. There you go. In glitchless, there's another route where you death abuse and avoid them. But that's how we do it. In any percent, we have to go slow in this red room. not
I don't know how fast this PC is.
Yeah.
So if you go too fast in that hallway, this next elevator will just not load, and the only way out is resetting the level completely, which murders your run for one.
So if you're wondering why we can't move, it's because we're in the elevator state, which is basically where we just can't do anything.
Well, we can move. We
We can move,
jump.
but we can't jump, hits, etc. But again, once we, as you saw with the elevator clips and stuff, we can just manipulate Faith's position depending on what the area can give us. And also we can, since we're in that elevator state, if we had the macro, we could also do what is called an elevator bounce, where it's similar to how the kick glitch is a double jump, but oh my god. But yeah, we're not seeing that at the moment.
Yeah. So basically, when you come out of elevator state, you get 1 frame of grounded state as well for some reason, and if you just fall off a building at the right time, and then just hold the macro or free scroll or however you prefer. Kick glitching in this game, you can just basically get a double jump, and that allows us to, in this checkpoint, allows us to skip a little bit of parkour. It is really hard though. I really hope the guards don't laser me here. There we go.
My goodness.
So as you may have noticed, Faith is looking quite drippy at the moment.
I agree.
She's got the UK flag and the custom glove. It's something of a tradition, I think, is it? To get marathon custom skins. This one has been made by our lovely community member Cookie Bunny. So
Shout out to
shout
Cookie
outs to
Bunny.
Cookie Bunny.
Cookie Bunny has interviews with, I think it's just Mirror's Edge speedrunners at the moment, right?
Yeah, she interviews a lot of runners, and they're really cool to watch.
So if
go
you're
check out mine.
Oh yeah, right. So if you're a big fan of Mirror's Edge or the people who behind it, definitely check that out. I think she's coming out with more. Shout out to Cookie.
Yeah.
This is
the
part where you might get annihilated.
Yeah. So.
Nah, you're good.
Oh, I'm good. So the positioning of those guards is semi-random. I'm not sure what
Semi-random,
decides
yeah.
it.
It's the first guy is usually in front, but the second just runs around like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
So.
And they can stun lock you by just hitting you with their melee attack. But if you start springboarding, which is this animation, before they do that, you can just basically clip through them and be immune to the stun lock. You still take damage, but you ignore all animations.
So a trick that's coming up in this mall that we're about to head into is called Beamer.
1 or 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we were gonna explain Beamer alongside another trick, but I had to bail out on the other trick. So Beamer is a really, really funny trick that happens in this game. If you wall climb a wall that has a bit of collision sticking out of it, when Faith has to go over that bit of collision, she will get insane amounts of speed for a handful of frames, maybe just 1 frame. In this case, it's 1 frame.
Also put your Beamer attempts in the chat below.
How many attempts?
How many attempts?
More than 1 is not accepted.
Yep.
If you do a quick turn out of that 1 frame, you will be able to use that speed and basically get shot outwards from the wall, and that allows us to climb up there and basically skip.
Yes!
Oh God, you're so loud. Skip
Nice.
a big section of the mall, skip getting ambushed, skip meeting an integral character in the story, but you know, we've already skipped
If you said more than 1,
you are not a true believer.
Not a true believer at all. No, no, no. That was really good.
Thank you. So it is a frame perfect trick. We do have a number of ways of learning it. Some people just do it visually. Some people say they don't do it visually, but really they do. If you blindfold them, they just start missing it, me included. Some people actually use an audio file of 4 keyboard clicks recorded by this guy.
What, me?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Oh
Yeah, there's the BingoBongos beamer.wav file that goes around the community. Basically, it's just like his mechanical keyboard getting hammered on the timing of Beamer.
Yeah.
And so how you learn Beamer is you just put that in your ears, or how I learned Beamer.
Was
you
it
put that in
really?
your, yeah.
Wow.
You put that in your ears, and then you start doing Beamer alongside it, and eventually you just learn it.
I actually did not know that. That's really funny. I did not know people still used my resources.
I know at least 2 people that did that.
And that's the end of chapter 5, and we're gonna move on to chapter 6.
You will never believe. What's
believe.
after 5? 6.
So we're gonna do another sequence break where we go from the outside to the factory.
Oops.
Basically, it gives me more time to explain, really.
Yep.
So we're gonna use the. Do you use the objective one? Do you use the objective menu in this one? Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna do the same thing with the objective menu. We're gonna put Faith in the position where we can hit the loading trigger and. What am I saying? Hit the loading trigger and then just wait for the thing to load around us.
All hands scrolled, by the way.
All hands.
I am impressing myself with that. I'm normally a macro player, so I am gonna roughly be where the factory is, and that causes the game to
Good stuff.
just force load it in. There's faster ways of doing that skip. You can kick glitch into the factory, but it's quite difficult because you're basically doing parkour on some collision that you can't see. You just kind of know the position of.
Yep. If you're wondering what Eris did there, you can hit buttons through walls when you use the use glitch. So you're going to see this again. And if we had a macro, this would be so loud, but thankfully we're going to save your ears. It's already loud.
So if you macro that, the platform would basically just shoot upwards and immediately get out of the way, and it would be significantly louder than what it was now. And it happens with this elevator again in a smaller capacity, and I'll try and just scroll it a lot. Just missed the scroll. Classic.
That if you're wondering why Eris kept looking back, it's because if you look too deep into a wall, you still get the speed, but Faith just moves. I mean, turns back automatically. You can't do anything about it. These are pursuit cops. These are the most annoying enemies in the game. Thankfully, they're not too bad.
They're not fast.
They're not fast, but what they will do is if you get in close to them, they will stun you, and you will have absolute reduced speeds.
No camera.
Yeah, you can barely move the mouse. I think that's it, really. But you just get stunned, and it's really annoying.
Stomp on your run and spit on it, and they mock you for it. Yeah, it's just emotional damage more than
very much. Yeah.
So there's a bit of a tradition here. Basically, the guard behind you is scripted to shoot at you. If this other glass panel breaks completely, your run is blessed. Now, I've never seen anyone PB out of that.
Yeah. Sorry, I was surprised by that lag spike.
Yeah, same. Oh no.
Nice try.
Yeah. I got the checkpoint, didn't I? Yeah, surely. Cool.
Nice. Okay. You good. And then we're going to very realistically, you know, I don't know how many feet this is, but I think this would cause at least 6 broken vertebrae.
Yep.
Landing on this train here. Get out of there!
Oh, my back. So now Faith chills on the train, and we're gonna do it.
Do it.
Yep.
I'm going after
We're gonna go after that guy.
After that guy.
Chapter 7 is coming up. Chapter 7 is called The Boat. And as you can see, that is the boat right there.
Where?
Right there.
Oh. So we're gonna go out of bounds. We're gonna go out of bounds.
I might fail this. Yeah.
Oh, you're okay. All right.
I'm good.
Go out of bounds. We have to kick glitch through that gap because there's no collision there. But
the road has no collision.
The road has no collision, but the pavement has collision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the road only has no collision until this
Until
puddle, which seems placed for us to basically do this skip. If only I was good. There we go.
So you might, it's called boat, right?
Yeah.
Actually, the boat is called Gurkha 2.
Interesting lore. Anyway.
So anyway, we're at the end of the boat.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're joking about is
the fact that we skipped the boat.
yeah, we went from A to F or whatever, start to end, and we're beating this guy.
Yeah. This guy who is important to the lore. There's no major plot twist or anything.
No, not at all.
Yeah. The plot twist is revealed in this cutscene. Anyway. We're gonna skip the cutscene because we're timing RTA.
Yep.
The auto splitter timer actually stops in cutscenes, so you can watch them if you want. Take a break, but you will get mocked to no end. For
Absolutely,
it.
yeah.
So now pursuit cops.
Nice.
That pursuit cop, you can either cut across him if you're fast enough, or go behind him. But if you're slow enough, but if you're somewhere in the middle, he will just
hit you.
murder you.
Yeah. He'll hit you. He'll kick you, and you'll be launched off. And
Yeah,
it's really
you'll fall
annoying.
off the platform, and it's a terrible experience. Oh, this is the best elevator in the game. It's got some banging tunes. This is also my alarm clock, which woke us up for this run at 7 a.m.
So here we're going to go out of bounds as well. This chapter is called Kate.
Oh yeah.
And the premise of this chapter is basically we're going to save our sister in the most peculiar way possible.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't realize you were on top.
I didn't realize I was on top either.
Yeah.
What am I doing exactly?
Hint climb, but you're not doing the hint.
I'm not doing the hint climb. Yeah.
Oh.
Just to add to the time, you know.
Gonna go through these walls. That's like an unintended side effect of.
So I have the terribly annoying tendency to.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, I'm just not gonna explain it. So there's this out of bounds skip that we do right there. We basically have to run off a ledge, like on top of this roof, fall and hit a hard checkpoint, and then quit out and reload. I have the terribly annoying tendency to just unlearn it, like in the middle of the run. And if you're kind of fast, if you're trying to go.
This is why you use
going for
visual
good PBs.
guidelines. Visual guidelines.
If you're going for good PBs, it will kill your run.
Yeah.
So.
It won't kill your run if you're good.
But I am not good.
This is Atrium. This is the most beautiful level of all levels. So what we're gonna do is something called chimp strats, which takes advantage of a strat we do called infinite wall climb. We can literally just go up and up as long as we have 2 parallel walls. But you can actually do that. Here it's just really difficult because the collision's sort of strange.
Right.
Wow, jeez. Anyway, Atrium's a beautiful level.
It's got
amazing music. Yeah.
Too bad we make.
Too bad you have to hear us over it.
Or that we make quick work of it. Now I jinxed it, and I'm gonna completely fail it.
We're gonna go up.
So I am.
We're gonna go up.
It will not be immediately apparent, but I am going out of bounds here. But then it will become immediately apparent. There we go.
Nice.
So I am now out of bounds. It doesn't look like it.
Nice.
But now it does.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do now is line myself up precisely-ish, and just jump off into the void, pray, and hit a checkpoint.
Good stuff.
And skip to a section. Now, a bit of lore for you. We're just not gonna explain the skip because the lore is more important. So, our sister Kate, Chapter 8, number Kate, has been framed for murder that she didn't commit. What you need to know is that our way of saving her is sending her into a car crash where the prison van she's in just rolls around. I completely missed that twice, so I'm just gonna wait for it. Anyway, it gives you time to explain. So I'm gonna send her into a car crash. As you can see, her van's on fire. She's about to roll.
Yeah.
She does survive.
She does survive. I don't think the rates of that are really good though. But you know, welcome to Mirror's Edge.
As you can see,
There's the car crash.
Yeah, on fire.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the skill roll in this game to reduce our height. Tried it there. Let's do it again.
Yep.
Because the skill roll, for some reason, just like you'll see here,
gives you 1 grounded frame, as everything in this game does, and allows you to extend your fall.
Yeah.
So now I believe the incentive has been met.
Okay.
It certainly has. We're going to be seeing two-player, one controller. Two-player, one controller, I believe, for the final stage.
So for the final round of this,
Well, we'll call it controller.
yeah, for the final stage.
Oh, you're stepping on my thing.
I'm stepping on your thing. For the final stage, this will send us way over estimate. But
Okay.
Jim is gonna be on keyboard and I'm gonna be on mouse.
Let's
and
do
we're
this.
gonna try and carry our weight around. Chapter 9, the Shard. So first of all, we're gonna try and do a strat called Fast 9A, which involves just taking a faster route through 9A.
Nice!
We
Good
have
stuff.
never gotten this. Now we're gonna use glitch this valve. Now, if I was free scrolling, this would be the loudest thing in this marathon.
It's still loud. Like,
still
it's still
loud.
really loud, so get ready. So you hear the sound stacking?
Yep.
That's what would happen if we had free scroll, just, you know, infinite times more.
Excuses,
Yeah.
skill issue.
Mm-hmm.
So we're now just gonna run past these guards that shoot an insane volley of bullets at us, and I think they will miss them all.
Just press it.
Yeah, just press it. So this elevator has a tendency to, well, it's just like any other elevator, but if you scroll some of these elevators too hard, you will soft lock, and with the endgame nerves, it's really easy to soft lock that elevator, so some people just opt to not use glitch.
And coming up is a elevator clip that's a bit different. It's called Super Bev. And this is all keyboard, so I'm going to focus.
It's all him. So what Super Bev is the millionth iteration of a clip called Beverage Skip. And so we're just gonna clip this elevator.
Nice! Good
First
stuff.
try. And then we're gonna jump into the void using a bag and a vent as a reference point for where we are. Really nice. Are
That's
you
good.
high?
That's good, I think.
Yeah.
Good,
good.
stuff.
We're gonna land into this creepy dark room and then reload and skip a whole checkpoint. Now it is a really slow checkpoint that we skip, and there's a lot of waiting around to do and stuff in the elevator. So yeah, it's a really long skip.
But we're good now.
We're good now.
We're going on this little line we have to jump on.
Otherwise we'll fall off.
Yep. Oh, and we got the
door cancel.
Nice.
So what I did, I tried to drop kick that door.
Oh, my bad.
No problem. Please strafe.
My bad.
I tried to drop kick that door. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks. Auto scroller. So feel free to say whatever you have to say.
All right, absolutely. This seems like a fantastic opportunity to take it to thank some of our supporters. So thank you so much to ESA, and especially thank you to BSG as well for supporting this marathon. They hold bi-monthly gatherings in the Netherlands and have supported UKSG from the beginning by spreading the word and providing us with a channel to stream on in past events, among other things. Their next regular event will be announced in the near future, so follow them at BSG Marathon on Twitter at bsgmarathon.com to stay up to date on the amazing Benelux community's next steps.
Sorry. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
The light isn't. So what we're gonna do now is something called server room clip. We're gonna do a really precise wall climb here that basically forces Faith to vault over the top of that wall and basically vault through the ceiling.
And
now, time is about to come up. I will warn you about it. Now, a little bit more lore. Since sending our sister into a car crash wasn't enough, the next thing that comes to mind, to save her again, mind you, is to send her in a helicopter crash. Now, time stops when we grab the helicopter, just now.
And who do we get to see?
We get to see Jackknife, the guy
It's Jackknife!
the guy that was A-posing for a few frames earlier. Wonder who he's working for now. Anyway, he dies.
Time?
That's time.
43!
Well,
Good job, Eris.
that's our sister. Near-death experience number 2, back-to-back. Thank you, UKSG, for having me. Thank you, Jimmy BingoBongos, for commentating for me. I just want to say
Thank you.
massive thank you to the Mirror's Edge community. They're super nice. If you want to learn this game, it's a super sick movement speedrun. We are all really friendly. We like helping people out. I love giving terrible explanations that you will then have to ask clarification for.
Me too, yeah.
So yeah, coming to the Discord, speedrun.com/ME for the leaderboards. Thank you, UKSG. You guys
Thank
are
you,
killing
UKSG.
it. Yeah.
And thank you guys.
Now, thank you so much for that run and the amazing commentary and the incredible 2-player 1 controller action at the end. Always a pleasure to see. Coming up next, we're going to be having Liam running Little Big Planet, but before that, we're going to have a quick intermission and ad break, so please stick around for after that. We'll have more amazing runs.